Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Woodham with Tagit, and welcome to another edition of our Digital Game Changer series. Today, we have a really interesting guest with us from Ghana. His name is Bill Yeboah Kyeremeh, and I hope I pronounced that properly, Bill. A bit of a mouthful for me. So Bill is the General Manager of Technology, Delivery, and Innovations at Consolidated Bank in Ghana. He's got more than 20 years of experience in the technology sector, and he's got expertise across a diverse set of industries, including education, telecommunication, oil, finance, consulting. So he's been around a while and been around the block a few times. He's very highly skilled when it comes to project management, digital transformation, strategy, and he's a certified payments expert. So a lot of knowledge running around in that head of his. He's been in previous roles working with Citi Bank in Singapore, eProcess International, which is part of the Ecobank Group, and the Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited Group. So, Bill, appreciate the time today and welcome to the Digital Game Changer series.
Thank you, Rick. Glad to be here.
So I'm looking forward to the day I'm able to meet you in person in Ghana. That's a place I've not been, but a place I would like to go. So it's definitely on my bucket list for sure. So you'll be glad to know, Bill, I only have about 42 questions for you, so we should be able to get through these pretty quickly. Maybe we'll start with just the first few. How about that?
Yep, that'll be great.
So why don't we start with talking a little bit about alignment with regulatory framework. So in your role and in your experience, how are banks sort of ensuring that the digital transformation journeys they undertake really align with the regulatory frameworks in the countries where they do business?
Okay, thanks for the question. And I'll specifically delve into how we operate in Ghana. In Ghana, we have a fintech office at our regulator, which is the Central Bank of Ghana. And to ensure that your strategy aligns with what the regulator expects of you as an institution, we typically carry them along. So when I say we carry them along, what we do is that we put together a proposal, present it to the fintech office, and then they assign an officer who will work with us along the way to ensure that everything ticks the box. Talking about information security management framework that you are put in place in line with your strategy. You talk about the data privacy policies that you have, because data is key. Most often, the regulator would want to see where the data residency of that particular solution or your strategy that you are putting across. Because if your data is not residing in a location where you have control over, trust me, it's going to be a big hurdle for you. So we work very closely with the regulator. And then also we look at access to the data, because it's key that if the regulator comes in, or if you as the institution, you need your data, you don't get into roadblocks, as well as regularly indicating in your strategy how you do your regular audits on your data. So it's around your regulatory compliance, carrying your regulator along. And in our case, we are very lucky, one of the very few across Africa that we have a fintech office actually dedicated for innovation. And that's been very, very helpful in the last few years that I've been around. Yeah.
So with the introduction of the fintech office as part of the regulatory environment, I'm assuming that means the banks are probably seeing a bit more engagement by the regulators, especially when it comes to digital solutions the bank offers today. Would that be accurate?
Yes, that's very accurate. A lot more engagement, because and the regulator has even gone as far as creating a sandbox environment for the banks. So when you have a solution and you go in there, you can play around in the sandbox, ensure that everything is in order before you get a final approval to actually go out. And during this period, the regulator is actively part of the delivery of that particular solution. And from where I sit, we've done a few solutions working together with the regulator, and it has been a marvelous work that we've done with the regulator.
So it's hard to talk about regulatory compliance and also not extend that conversation into sort of the world of data privacy. So I remember it hasn't been too many years back as open banking was really becoming more of a mainstream sort of topic. there's been a lot of discussion over the last many years, especially with not just regulators, but politicians and all kind of folks, right? About the role data privacy needs to take when it comes to delivering digital capabilities to customers. So what role do you think that plays in shaping the trust that your customers give the bank today?
Okay. As you mentioned, trust is key in any relationship, and in the financial sector, we are no different. So customers always believe that the information that they share with their banks are secured and will not be tampered with without their permission. So what we do most of the time is that we ensure that the customer is aware of the data that we are taking from them, the data usage, the use policy. So the customer also agrees to the data that we are collecting.